In the previous videos, we have built a series of curtain walls here on the outside of our steel frame, and then we went in and we adjusted the roof and the floors so that they would connect appropriately. Let's go to our 13 frame section here. Let's just open that. And if you look, you'll see you should have adjusted the roof so that it connected to the metal studs, so that the metal studs could attach to it. The same thing with each of the floors here. And we've added some text, finished off the text that was there. And so now we have a wall section that we're ready to, in a sense, publish. And we also have a first floor plan. We open that. Oops. We have a first floor plan with the walls on it that we're going to publish. And so what we want to do is put these into a sheet. And so let's take a second and talk about sheets. I'm going to minimize some of these. So we can see here is sheets, and you'll see that I have a sheet that I've already added, and I'm going to open that sheet. It should have been, oops, let's open it. Okay, and that sheet is the sheet that I want you to build, only with different views than I have here. You'll see the sheet. This is a 24 by 36 inch sheet. It has a series of labels into it that I'll show you how to fill out. And then it has a floor plan view that's been added to it, the first floor plan view, and then a series of other views, a wall section, and then a series of call out views. Okay, and so this is what we're going to build. But the first thing we need to do is create the sheet that we're going to use to add those views to it. So let's go in, and what we're going to do to create a sheet, we're going to right click here, we're going to say new sheet, and there should be, they're called title blocks. Okay, and there should already be a title block added to yours called D24 36 inch horizontal. And so what I want you to do is just select that. If we wanted another title block that wasn't here in our drawing already, we would go to load and we would go to title blocks among our families. And you can see there's a whole series of title blocks. I've created several for myself. And they're fairly easy to do. I'm not going to particularly get into it right now, but I have a video on how to create a sheet that you can watch if you're interested. And then, so I'm going to open up this one. And now you'll notice it automatically gave it a name, okay, and a number. And if we go in here and double click on it, you'll see there's the number, and we'll just, since I used 101, we'll use sheet 102, and then we'll give it a name. We'll call it A05, okay. So sheet number 2 of the project A05, and you'll see right down here that number, if I were to change it, it would change here. These are what are called labels, okay? And these were put in that sheet as a default. And they are tied back, they're parameters that are tied back to certain parameters built into Revit. And if I go into architecture, well, let's get out of this. If we go into architecture, no, I'm sorry, manage. Okay, and we go right here, okay, where it says project information. I want you to click on that, And then you'll see that there's an organization name, and our organization is Architecture 2351. And what I want you to do here is change this to whatever section you are in. So 706, 702, 704, whatever you are, go ahead and change that. Organization description, that's fine. The building name is steel frame, so we'll just keep that. And then right here, you'll see author. And this is where I want you to put your name. So if, you know, my name is Glenn Hill, so I'm going to put Glenn Hill in here. And you can just type your first name and your last name, or your first initial and your last name, as long as your GA can identify. And then you'll see down here there's some others: project issue date, none; project status, design phase; client name. And here I want you to put your GA's name. Okay, so since I put 706 up there, I'm going to say that I'm in Turin's class. Okay, and then the project address is in Lubbock, Texas, and then the project name is A05. Okay, and then project numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say OK to that. And if I go back to the sheet now, you'll notice that that project name was put in here. My name was put under student. My GA is Turin Roberts. And notice that this is changed to 706. And then this is 102. And then you'll notice another label right here. And this is the current status label. It has the current date always in here, the current time, and so you can see the seconds changing here every time I click in and out. So 5 minutes, 40 and 48 seconds. Anyway, so when this is called a timestamp, and as soon as you print this out, whatever time you printed it out will be stamped, in a sense, into the sheet. And so now I have my sheet, and I'm ready to add views to it. And so I'm going to stop here in this one on how to create a sheet. And now that you've got the sheet created, then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add views.